Hello, my absolutely brilliant and beautiful astrology soulmates, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of March 31st, going all the way until April 6th. And woof, the pulse of progression is on us right now. It is on us. And let me tell you what, I see it not only coming out of the Neptune and Aries energy that we have, but even in this week, as we're building something into new reality, the week itself this week, it builds. And then as we get to the end of the week, wow, don't we have some page turning kind of energy? And I'm telling you right now, watch the news. We're going to want to watch the news this weekend to see how this astrology actually displays itself. A lot was broken open last week with that solar eclipse, with having Neptune move into Aries. So the one thing I feel like I can say is that we are not in the same place. We are not on the same timeline that we were even a week ago. So let me know if you're feeling that shift and that change of energy as well. It's just like, whoa, we are in a different place. Okay, there's going to be timestamps in the description box down below, so you can go to the day that you need to check out and see what's going on. I'm going to just tell you that truly Friday through Sunday is really where the energy kicks up. It's going to be a lot more busy because we've got Mars coming into conversation, really wonderful conversation with Saturn, Uranus, Venus. It is the most courageous, innovative, productive, let's do kind of whatever we need to get done, let's do stuff energy. So that's going to be coming at the end of the week. Now, if you are ready for a little talk about astrology and business, I would love to see you at the Brighton Astrology Circle. I will be there April 12th. And to all of you who are signed up and enrolled in the Astrology of Transits course, I will see you on Saturday. Yay, that's going to be a fun time for us. And oh my goodness, if you're still coming back to that soft, coming back to that ease, the Venus Reset program is still here, nice and soft, nice and easy, nice and delicious, waiting for you, still on sale as well until April 12th, okay? All right, let's jump in here and see what the week has to offer. First of all, coming into the week on Monday, on the 31st, the last day of March, getting ready to take us into April. We've had that energy come from Neptune into Aries, where we have moved from fog to fire. Right? We move from fog to fire. And I think that coming in with the moon in that Taurian energy is really delicious for all of us because it helps us root into reality this week, and for so many, I just have this sense on Monday that it is like the cosmic exhale we didn't actually know that we needed because so much has been going on energetically. And like I said, the timeline has shifted or definitely been sped up in some way. So as we're coming here, and Taurus is that earthy, sensual, very practical kind of energy, it's also an opportunity to have our bodies kind of come more online because we're dropping down, So if you're feeling like on Monday you wake up and you're like, I just want it to be quiet. I need quiet. I want to eat my snacks. I want to eat real food. I want to have real conversation. I want real answers to what I'm doing. I want to really be right here, right now. That would be an absolute kind of Monday energy I would be seeing. That Neptune in Aries shift, if you haven't watched the video that I did specifically on Neptune in Aries, it's going to be at the end of this video, and you can also just go to my homepage and check it out. But having that energy move so much, and now coming here on Monday, the other way I think that the moon helps us and helps talk to us on Monday is it says, what in all of this energy, what do I need to stabilize? Whether it be within me, my material resources, the energy, what do I need to stabilize in order to hold the vision and be able to move it forward? So have a little lavender in your food, put a sprinkle a little bit on your salad if you're into that, and chill into the day on Tuesday, come grounded, or on Monday, come grounded. I think you'll really enjoy it. Now that moon energy is going to carry us just a little bit into Tuesday, where it looks like here at 10:42 a.m., we're going to be coming into a void of course moon period. It's not terribly long. It's going to take us all the way until 1:25 p.m. and this is Mountain Time, so in Colorado. So it's brief, right? It's a brief but quiet, fruitful portion of time where we remember that the universe is kind and that rest is a reality. There is time to stop going forward all of the time. And since we're coming off of the moon being in Taurus, we're tending during this void of course moon time to practical matters. What are the practical things you need to do? We're clearing out the clutter, whether that be mental clutter, physical clutter, whatever it is. The void of course time is not about pushing things forward. It's about finishing what's here or resting and actually allowing yourself to rest. Now, this is a great place to have your own review of you as well. What is your relationship with rest? Can you rest and know that rest is productive? Can you rest just for the sake of resting? Can you just dilly-dally and not have to be producing something and know that you are 100% valuable? If not, this is a great place to come back into connection with your Venus. That's literally what the Venus Reset program was built for. Get in here, get that softness, get that belief in that value back. But check out your own evidence here during this brilliant void of course period. And no matter what you do, it's not the best time to start new projects. Now, just beyond that 1:25 p.m., that we're going to see the moon shift into Gemini. And okay, now we're back online. Now, if we need to move things forward, we want to talk. We've got this sense of movement. There's, a mental curiosity that's going on as well. So it can get a little bit busy here as well Tuesday in the second half of the day, because you might find yourself flitting between different projects or different social groups or something like that. The thing to remember is that Gemini is light. We're going to keep it light. This is not the day for that deep, heavy, emotional discussion, decision. Let's get into the depths of it. I want to know why you lost that tooth. We're not in there. We're keeping it light and bright. We're just moving. Maybe a friend pops up that you haven't heard from in a while. That could totally be some energy that we're dealing with. Maybe you're the friend who's popping up and people haven't heard from you in a while. Whatever that is, keep it light, keep it bright, keep it playful here in the second half of Tuesday, and walking that energy all the way through Wednesday as well. Now, Thursday, for some of you, you might start feeling that weekend energy creeping in here on Thursday as Mars and the gang start to get ready to have a conversation. But what happens first on Thursday is that we're going to, at 11:26 a.m., we're going to come into our next void of course moon period, and that's going to go all the way until 3:50 p.m. Mountain Time. So again, rest. Now, coming into this particular void of course, the moon will have been in a square to Mercury. So this tells me that the signature of at least the beginning portion of this particular void of course may be under a bit of tension. You're having to figure something out, like there's been a miscommunication or a misunderstanding. Maybe you've been scattered, you've been kind of all over the place in some way, and you're trying to sort that out, but you're going over information that you already have. It's not necessarily new information. The thing I would say too is that when the moon squares against Mercury, we do need to watch our mouths, because sometimes what you're feeling is what you say, and it's not, the head and the heart are not in the same place. So those words don't come out the right way. They are taken the wrong way. And where it is taken, it's like, think about it as like fake news, right? Like you say something to your spouse and it comes out the wrong way. It is absolutely fake news. There's no real evidence of that, but it lights a fire that already kicks the ball rolling. Okay, so just being mindful. Now, later in the day, after we get to that 3:50 p.m. timestamp, we're going to see that the moon comes into the vibration of Cancer. So now we're going to come back to a bit of emotional softness. The moon is very comfortable. It's in domicile in the vibration of Cancer. And we move from this place of mental, I need to be mental, I'm in all the conversation and I need to be thinking, to I'm actually feeling a bit more maternal or paternal, whatever your case may be. And I want to nurture, I want to take care of things. I'm moving from the space of I need to be really logical about this and more into the space of I need to be emotionally nourished. I want to nourish myself. I want to be nurtured and nourished in this particular energy. And that will take us through the rest of the day. So if you do get up on Thursday and maybe it feels foggy or off kilter, or you're just like, what is this? Void of course doesn't last forever, but being in the void of course time can be such a head game. It can be such a head game. Remember, the energies with the moon, they don't last. They are going to move on. So you feel foggy in the morning maybe, or just off is a better way to say that. But by the afternoon, you're like, I don't even know where I was at. I need to have some soup though. I have paid my rent. I have paid my mortgage. So I'm going to be at home tonight enjoying all the walls I have paid for with my soup and my snacks and being warm and feeling secure. It's more of the homebody vibe, okay? Now Friday, the cosmic productivity energy amps up. Here's the list. Here's the go down. The players of the game. We've got Saturn in a sextile to Uranus, Mars in a sextile to Uranus, Mars coming to a trine with Saturn. Then we're going to also have a first quarter moon. Busy day. It's a busy day. Friday is the one where we get constructive. We are doing things. The energy in our communities and globally, I think you will really see it ramped up, okay? Now, as Mars, Saturn, and Uranus come together, they're working together in this team, which is funny because under a different connection, they don't necessarily play nice with each other. All of them are willing to take a stand and stand on business about whatever, right? And not necessarily feel as comfortable. But with them together, we get the benefit of progress plus discipline plus breakthrough and innovation all together. Old system in your life, new ideas about how to do something different. Well, today they can talk to each other and you can get something done. How to use this energy. Start something new. It doesn't have to be that you're starting a brand new project, but it's something that was already here and you've needed to take some action or some steps around it. And it is going to have, the steps you're going to take are going to be about long-term value. Step towards it. Step towards it on this day. Step towards it. If you have conflict that is presenting itself to you, pick a strategy. What's the strategy around it? Here's the thing that I learned being married. In the beginning, we always thought we were getting divorced. Like somebody would get their feelings hurt and we're like, are we getting divorced? Like every 5 minutes. So if you know, you know. Okay, we've been doing this for happy minutes now. Now, as we're going into something that's tense, we map out at the beginning where we're trying to get to in the end. What is it that we want to get to? Because emotions are going to come up, things are going to come up in the middle. But if we're coming back to here's where we're pointing to land at the end, it's a way that even in your relationships, you can apply a strategy. So what's the conflict or the tension here? And throughout the weekend that's coming up that you can go, okay, hold on. What's the strategy of how we're going to get to whatever end goal is? Is it in business? Is it around your money? Is it in your relationship? Is it at the gym? What is it for you? Now, the other thing I would say here, because Saturn is involved, and Saturn, wherever it goes, Saturn wants commitment, okay? Saturn is not a one-night stand unless you end up having a baby or getting a disease. Saturn wants commitment. Commit to whatever project, commit to whatever you're taking on. Maybe it is a project that you're going to be unfolding. Maybe it's boundaries. You're just holding boundaries with people, places, and things in your life. And you're like, I need to have courage and clarity to hold this boundary and understand why I would be committing to it. That is the energy. So productive. Now, then we're going to come into the space of the first quarter moon here in Cancer. And you guys know, I love first quarter moon time because first of all, it's a reminder that we're in a cycle. And this cycle started July 5th of 2024. So what were you planting your seeds of intention? Now, this would have been at 14 degrees of Cancer in your chart. So go back to 14 degrees. That's the point of my north node. And I know exactly what I was doing at that time. So what were you starting? You planted your seeds of intention and you were asking for this vibration, this event to come to light. Now, as we're here at the first quarter time, what's going to happen is that the people, places, and things that do not match the vibration of what you asked to come into your life, even things within yourself, are going to start to fall out so quickly that it can blow your eyelashes back. Okay, now my suggestion at first quarter time is to remember two things. This is a time where you are in action. You are in action. You are building, and you are going going forward. This is not the time for you to reach your hands out of the boat and try to grab and hold on to the things that are falling away from you. That is the universe doing the heavy lifting. That is the universe weeding your garden for you. You stay on track with the forward build. But because this first quarter moon is in that vibration of Cancer, what I think we're called to remember here, especially after having Mars retrograde through here, come through here, and then come back through here, is that emotional truth has to be a part of what you are building in your future forward moment. It has to be a part of the equation. If you leave your heart behind in what you're trying to build and move towards, it's going to crumble. It's going to crumble. Your heart has to be in what you're doing. So if you're doing and you're working on something, or you have been and your heart hasn't really been in it, and it starts to fall away, the first instinct is fear, is we get afraid, right? We go, oh my God, this is changing. What am I going to do without it? Instead, take a deep breath, let the universe takes what needs to go, and reevaluate, where is your heart actually at? You have a space now. Whatever your heart is calling for is the direction that you're going to be the most successful. So it is a day. It's still all of this productive energy, but it's going to require, I think, some really bold action, places for you to say no to something so you can say yes to something else. Saying yes to your future a lot. Now, because this is happening in cycle, we're going to come back to this when we get to April 5th. We get to April 5th. We're already on April 5th. When we get to January 3rd of 2026, we are going to see that we come to the full moon time. We're going to check in and celebrate whatever you have built. And we're also going to pivot and let go of some things that you choose. You're going to choose in that January energy to let it go, because you're like, okay, I don't need that. I've seen it. It's done what it can do. So it's not the universe necessarily doing the heavy lifting on that one. You're going, I choose to surrender these things, celebrate what I built. And now here's the road I will commit to continuing going on. And we'll finish this cycle in October of 2026. So you're in a cycle. This is the building time. Let's do it. Okay, Saturday, April 5th. Now, if you've not watched your monthly video, your monthly breakdown for April, I highly suggest you get in there. And you know that I had you put a big old circle around April 5th, because I'm calling that Get Your Life Together Day. Get Your Life Together Day. We have got the cosmic team, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, in good company with one another. We have also got Venus and Mars coming into beautiful conversation. They will tighten that up as we get to Sunday, but this is the day. This is the day where you have all this productivity. And I think that this is the day across the globe we will see action actually happening. And that's because the beginning of the day, we're going to have a void of course moon. We're going to rest. We're going to let some things, settle. This will actually be in the afternoon, 3:54 p.m. So we're going to have those things settle. And then right behind that, we're going to see the moon move into Leo. This is big cat energy. Say it with your chest out. I'm going to be expressing myself. We're going to see the signature of expression going on. So in that space, which is very different than how we started the week with all of this grounded energy, now we're alive. We're moving. It is pumping and jumping. So I think we're going to see a lot of movement. We're going to see a lot of creativity. We're going to see a lot of place where I'm not willing to keep quiet anymore, right? I'm here to get things done. I am not dimming my light, not 1 ounce. I am here for all of it. Now, whatever your all of it is, this could be a celebration of your aliveness. This could be a project you've been working on. This can be a protest. We're not standing for this anymore. Whatever it is, Saturday, Sunday, massively energized energy going on. Okay, as we do roll over into Sunday, we are going to see that we've got the Sun and Jupiter in a really nice sextile to each other. It's always interesting when the Sun and Jupiter come together, because it's very optimistic. And besides being optimistic, it's big. It's a big energy. So first of all, I want to see it from the perspective of just being wonderfully joy infused. There's a joy or a joyousness. Something in the world has made the world feel joyful and expanded in some way. But it's also big, whatever, you know what? It's like that moment in The Lion King where Mufasa says, anything the light touches, that's ours. That is a Sun Jupiter kind of energy. If the light is touching it, it is going to be expanded on this day. And then right behind that, we will see that Venus retrograde and Mars coming into that tight together, nice together, trine. The lovers add some sweetness. They add some desire. They add some ease to whatever it is that you are doing, you are taking on. But so this is the one thing that I think is helpful as Venus retrograde and Mars come together here, is that because Venus is retrograde, she's in review. She's in review. Do I really value that? How am I really doing with that? Where am I at soft? Where am I at ease? Where am I attracting? Or have I still been hustling? But Mars is also in this connection with Saturn and Uranus. So all of the things that you're creating and attracting this day are coming with a massive sense of maturity. And I like that. You're reconnecting to your old desires and really looking at them and going, okay, do I really value this, right? Was this like my desire for love, for money, for whatever your desire was for? It needs more than just passion behind it. It needs emotional connection. It needs practice. It needs discipline. It needs truth. So I think it's a beautiful aspect, but it helps in all of the productivity that's going on for us to come at it in a very mature and much more easy way, because Venus is not a hustle planet. Venus says, I have set the value. I have set the tone. Come to me. Come to me. So here's a great example too. If you've been feeling like I am really clear about what I want in my relationship, right? And then we get here and you're like, yeah, that's the truth. That is exactly what I want. So now I'm going to consciously and emotionally participate in calling it to me, and I'm going to take the actions that are in alignment with a person who values that, who has the self-worth, who has the practices, who has the discipline to actually start letting it come to me, right? You set the honey pot and let the bees come, right? That is how this energy works. And that's very different than some of the energetic container we've been in where it's like do, which is the other reason I say that the Venus Reset program is perfect, because if you are struggling with just letting it come to you, if you are a do the most kind of person, I'm always doing the most, and you have forgotten or lost touch with a simple, attractive quality and creativity, I want you to come back to it. I want you to have that healing connection, because the healing connection, the spiritual clarity, that is the Venus retrograde. And this is going to touch our lives for the rest of 2025 and beyond. Now, to the other side, because this is a Venus retrograde in a trine to Mars, okay? It does have a shadow side. It can be really overindulgent. It can be really overindulgent and prideful. So this is going to be an energy just to pay attention to it, right? Because there's a difference between letting something come to me and attracting it to me and being a people pleaser and then manipulating people or circumstances into giving me what I want. That is very, very different. So it's going to be an interesting energy as we're traveling here on Sunday, but the vibe is sacred. There's a good reconnection. There's a lot of harmony that is available with this in a very, very mature way. So this week starts out calm. And then I think we come into some real courageous construction that is getting us to the other side. The vision is coming into reality with that Neptune in Aries. So we are here. The building has begun. And by the time we get to Sunday, I hope you're saying yes. I hope you are saying yes. It's working. I see it. I see where to take this. I see where to go. I see how to let this come to me, and that this can actually be my life, my being can be a little bit easier than what I've been making it. I hope that you get to have that experience. Please share with me in the description box down below. And again, if you are going to be in the transit class, I look forward to seeing you. If you still want an opportunity to sign up, we start Saturday. We are going live. So if that's you, click in the description box down below and I will see you live on Saturday. And for the rest of you beautiful soulmates, I'll see you in our next video. Bye, everyone.